I'm Rhea Lancaster, 23, female criminology student, and I don't believe in ghosts. That's what I said when I arrived at St. Alora's Academy for Girls. My purpose was academic. I was here to interview students and staff for my research on institutional fear and psychological folklore. I expected school legends, maybe a story about a haunted staircase. What I didn't expect was to find someone who had been erased. Her name was Meher. It started during my second day of interviews. I had a simple question in my survey. Do you believe in supernatural rumors inside this campus? Most students laughed it off. One girl whispered, Room 306. When I asked why, she simply said, Ask anyone. No one stays near that room. Not after what happened. But when I followed up, everyone shut down. Blank stares, nervous smiles. One girl even changed the topic mid-sentence. Room 306 wasn't just avoided. It was feared. I checked the school map. Room 306 was part of the abandoned East Wing, so I asked the warden about it. She gave me that tight administrative smile and said, That area is sealed. Structural decay. Nothing useful there. She moved on quickly. But that night, as I reviewed hallway audio logs from that wing, I heard something. A soft, uneven rhythm. Breathing. Number crying. Faint. Consistent. Exactly at 2:47 a.m. I thought it was the pipes, or a prank. Until the next night, it happened again. The third night, I caught it on thermal camera. A cold spot appeared just outside room 306, moving slowly. No one was there. Then, on the recording, a voice whispered. They said I was sick. I wasn't. That's when I knew this wasn't a ghost story. It was a buried story. The next day, I changed my approach. I stopped asking about the room and instead asked about students who left suddenly. That worked. A few girls mentioned a name. Meher. One said she was too smart for her own good. Another whispered. She saw something she wasn't supposed to. I found no record of her in the current system. No ID card, no photo, no graduation record. It was like she never existed. Then I met Anjali, a literature student. When I brought up Meher, she didn't flinch. She said, My sister studied here. She knew Meher. She never believed the story they told. I asked, What story? Anjali handed me a worn photo. Two girls in uniform standing outside room 306. One of them was Meher. They said she had a breakdown, but my sister said they locked her in there. That's when I knew I was chasing something real. I snuck into the old archives. Behind boxes of dust-covered ledgers, I found a torn medical chart. Name, Meher R. Dash. Age, 16. Placed under observation, room 306. The final note read, Subject showing resistance. Increased dosage. Dosage of what? I tried to confront the school counselor. She denied knowing the name. I asked the nurse. She asked me to leave. Whatever happened to Meher? They all wanted it forgotten. I returned to room 306 that night. No lights, door sealed. But inside room 307, the one beside it, I noticed something strange. When I tapped the wall, it echoed back, hollow. I came back the next night with tools. Behind the panel was a crawl space, tight, cold, silent. At the end, a sealed steel door. Room 306, locked from the inside. I forced it open. The air inside was heavy, like a place that had been breathing silence for years. The walls were padded. The bed had rusted restraints. On the mirror, deep scratch marks. And on the wall, etched with a nail. They silenced me. She watches through the mirror. I didn't lie. Behind the mirror was a dark glass panel, a one-way window. They were watching her. Under the floor, I found a hidden box. Inside were a diary, pages torn, old cassette tapes, and a photo. Meher standing next to the warden, smiling. I played the tapes. AV, 21st of June, 2025, 9:16. They inject us when we question them. Anita bled from her nose before she collapsed. They said she fell. I saw the injection mark. Another tape. If I disappear, remember this. I was never sick. They just didn't want me heard. I confronted the warden. This time she didn't smile. She said, Meher was dangerous. She wanted to go public. Do you know what kind of pressure this academy faces from donors and legacy families? We did what was necessary. Necessary? They locked a child in a room, drugged her, erased her. I sent the tapes to a journalist anonymously. Within a week, investigators arrived. Former staff confessed. Meher's name resurfaced. And room 306, sealed for nearly 2 decades, was opened by force. But Meher was never found. No body, no grave, just whispers. On my last night, I walked the East Wing one final time. Silence. But as I passed the window outside 306, I heard it again. A soft, breathy whisper. Thank you for listening. I turned around. There was no one.